Don't pull for Kitasan Black. In about a week and a half from this video, Kitasan Black will be available for Global Umamusume players. And I'm telling you specifically, for that banner, if you care about min-maxing while on a budget, do not pull for her. I know what I'm saying sounds crazy, and I know I have a video that shows Kitasan Black and it says, don't miss this pull. But in that video, I was focusing more on getting that video out on time and reviewing all the banners that they announced. Since the banner isn't released yet, and all you've done since that video released was save if you decided to listen to me, which is totally up to you, I think it's very important that I correct myself now and let you know what I actually think. Because since then, I've actually done a lot of digging into the upcoming banners, the accelerated schedule, and what other cards and banners you should save for. In this video, we're going to go over your rate of success for pulling Kitasan Black, when to expect her rerun banner, which is absolutely something you should save for, and talk about other cards you may want to save and roll for as well. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Umamusume content. And now, let's get to the video. Alright, so this video is basically going to go over the part of the Umamusume reference document. They also have a global edition right now, so check that out if you haven't already. But it's going to go over their ideal support cards that verified JP veterans have said they'd pull on in retrospect. So in this video, we'll be going over strategies to save and target cards to pull for at least the next half year or so. It's important to go over these disclaimers. We're going to go over these quick. So first of all, this is only if you care about playing effectively while on a budget. Disregard it if you just want to play and pull for characters that you want. That is absolutely a valid way to play the game. Hard saving and not rolling any cards will absolutely put you at a disadvantage until you get the target cards. Whether it's raising Umas or playing PvP, depending on how few times you pull for cards, you're definitely going to be limited on your deck options. More disclaimers, I'm not an expert. Please consider what others say with an open mind, especially if they cite and have evidence of their expertise. This game's been out for about 4 years now, so plenty of people are a lot better than me. Please consider their opinions. This point is very important because this is assuming we get the exact same banners as the JP version. So that doesn't have to be true. I don't know if they're going to do rerun banners or not. Finally, please do not ever spend beyond your means. Okay, so over here, we're going to talk about the cards that we're going to expect for when we have the URA scenario. This is the one that we have right now. And obviously, the biggest one is Kitasan Black. This is the card that you should absolutely pull and save for and aim to max limit break it or at least 3 limit break it. Now, of course, I did say, hey, don't pull for the upcoming banner for Kitasan Black, which is the one with Satano Diamond. And the reason why is because the JP version had a rerun banner. If you're looking to reroll accounts, rerolling on the upcoming Kitasan Black banner is absolutely valid. And if you like, you can check my reroll guide. It's going to be in the info card up on the top right-hand corner. In that guide, you can reroll for an account while also using another device as a save slot. So let's talk about this rerun banner. So I did a bit of math and some calculations. I've plotted out all the banners up to the one at the end of 2021 for the JP version. That was its first year of banners. And what I've seen is that the duration of the banners are pretty much going to be the same. You're going to see Ogre Cap is around 7 days here. For us, it was around 7 days as well. But how are we getting an accelerated schedule? We're getting them by overlapping the schedules. So notice over here for the start date in English, we're going to have the Mejiro Palmer banner end on July 22nd, but the Kitasan Black banner is going to be starting on July 16th, whereas in the JP version, they basically just put all the banners back to back. So this explains the accelerated schedule. Now, how fast are we going? Well, according to this one Reddit user, 4 English weeks is equal to around 7 JP weeks. So we'd be going at around a 75% faster rate. However, from what I've seen, and I will pin a comment, so check that if there are any corrections. But from what I've seen and from what I've calculated, what isn't the same is the days since the launch of the game. So the upcoming Yuki no Bijin banner over here is set to release 32 days after the release, which was on June 25th. For the original Japanese version, it was 44 days since the original release date of March 1st of 2021. And so from there, I basically divided the two numbers, and what I found is that it's likely we're going to keep a rate of being 32 or 36% faster than the JP version in terms of getting our banners. But of course, my calculations can be wrong, so instead of just using 1, we're just going to be treating it as a range between my calculation and this 4:7 ratio, or 75%. So, when did the Kitasan Black rerun banner happen for the JP version? Well, the Kitasan Black rerun banner happened 251 days from the JP launch. So, if you're going with that 75%, that 4:7 ratio, then you can expect the rerun banner to come 20.5 weeks from launch. If you're going with my ratio, you can expect the Kitasan Black banner to come 26.5 weeks from launch. And just for your information, for this video, we are about 1.5 weeks in from the launch date of the game, the 25th of June. So how should you pull for Kitasan Black? Well, some important notes to keep in mind is that every 200 pulls, you will be given enough exchange points to redeem 1 copy of that target character or card, in this example, Kitasan Black. You also want at least 3 limit break Kitasan Black. So that's a total of 4 copies. If you don't know why, you can take a look at my previous video where I go over why you want at least 1 LB or 3 LB of Kitasan Black. I've since changed my opinion to say that 3 LB is what you really want to be. 1 LB is still not that worth it in my opinion. Now let's take a look at the initial banner, the banner that's coming on July 16th. You are going to be getting Kitasan Black at a 0.5% rate. You're also going to have a chance to pull for Satano Diamond at that 0.5% rate as well. Satano Diamond is and always has been a pretty mediocre card, so having her in the same banner as Kitasan Black leaves a lot of room for risk. And so for me, I do think this banner is pretty bad. Now, if we're looking at that 0.5% rate, let's take a look at 2 scenarios where you pull 200 times and you save enough for 400 pulls. So 200 times is 30,000 carats, 400 pulls is 60,000 carats. Very likely, if you're playing on a budget or if you're free to play, you're not going to get anywhere near 60,000 carats by the time this banner drops. But let's just go over how it looks anyway. So with 30,000 carats, the expected value is to get 1 copy. And then with the 200 pulls, you get enough exchange points, you redeem another copy. That means you have 2 total copies of Kitasan Black. To get at least 3 copies, which is what you would need for 3 limit break, right? Because you're going to redeem the last one. It is an 8% chance to get at least 3 copies of Kitasan Black within 200 pulls. With 400 pulls, that's again 60,000 carats, the expected value is 2 copies, and you have a 60% chance to get at least 2 copies from rolling, and because you have 400 exchange points, you will redeem for the last 2, getting yourself a total 3 limit break Kitasan Black. So you can see that with 400 pulls, you can almost guarantee getting a max limit break card, but 3 limit break is roughly what you're expecting. Now let's compare that to the rerun banner, which is going to come anywhere between 20 or 26.5 weeks from launch. Not today, but from launch. So this rerun banner is a lot better. This rerun banner will have and feature El Condor Pasa, an SSR power card that is very good in the meta. I've actually been able to verify with some JP veterans, as well as Kitasan Black. Not only does this banner feature 2 really good cards, but they also feature them at a higher rate, 0.75%. So with 200 pulls, you're expected to get around 1.5 copies. And there's a 20% chance to get at least 3 copies. That's so much more than 8%. If you do manage to save 60,000 carats, which is absolutely possible, then you're expected to get 3 copies. And so there's an 80% chance, an over 80% chance that you're going to be able to get your 3 limit break Kitasan Black, maybe even max limit break her, which is where you really want to be. So my advice is, if you're okay with not pulling cards and not pulling for things, which is a big ask, okay? That is a big ask, and that is totally up to you. I cannot decide that for you. And if you're willing to save for nearly half a year, that's around 18 to 24 weeks. Remember, we're about 1.5 weeks in. Then you should save for the rerun banner for Kitasan Black. For me personally, I am going to pull on the upcoming banner featuring Satano Diamond because I think I would need to in order to make content. And so that is totally unrelatable to you as a viewer. Now we're going to try and cover quickly the other cards you might want to save for. So first is the Super Creek and Tazuna banner. You don't really want Tazuna because she drops off a lot in terms of how good she is in the upcoming scenarios. What you really want is to limit break Super Creek as much as you can. This is going to come in about 5 to 7 weeks from launch, so that's around 4 to 6 weeks from this video. And so this is an option if you want to do early pulls. If you can't wait for Kitasan Black, if you can't wait for the rerun banner, then this is a pretty good one to roll for. As well, you can max limit break Super Creek with SSR pick tickets over time because eventually you'll be able to redeem those for Super Creek. And that pretty much covers it for any cards for the URA scenario. The next scenario that would be coming up is the Aoharu. There's a lot of different things about the scenario. We'll make sure to cover it when it's around the corner. But for the upcoming scenario, you want to roll on the Riko Kashimoto and Rice Shower banner that should be coming around 15 to 19 weeks from launch. So again, that's around 14 to 18 weeks from now. And all you really need to do for this banner is not try to roll for any limit break. All you need is a 0 limit break Riko. So you just need 1 copy of Riko Kashimoto. That's your target for the pool. She's actually very useful because if you take a look at Riko and you take a look at her events, she actually, for every one of her chain events, heals energy and mood. So she's very, very useful as a friend card. As well, she remains a meta pick for the Make a New Track scenario. That's going to be the next one after Aoharu, and can even be used for scenarios past that. The next banner you want to roll for is the Machikane and the Admire Vega banner. So this banner is estimated to come out anywhere between 25 to 32 weeks from launch, and the real target that you want is the Machikane SSR speed card. Why is this card so good? It's because of the unique effect. You decrease the probability of failure when training by 10%. You also get initial speed, stamina, power, guts, wit, and you also get energy cost reduction. So this card is kind of like those friend cards like Tazuna or Aoi, but she's a speed card, so that makes her really good. Unlike Kitasan Black, this is one of those cards where even getting 0 limit break is really good. She also has a really good skill, Super Lucky 7, which increases all your good stats by 60 if your Uma happens to be in Gate Block 7. The last scenario we're going to be talking about is the Make a New Track scenario. That's this one over here. So for the banners, when that scenario is running, we're going to have the Narita Top Road banner. This should come out around 29 to 38 weeks from launch. Also, the Admire Vega SR Guts card is also really good for this scenario. Finally, they talk about this banner and a possibility that this might be moved up in the schedule for Make a New Track. If it's not moved up, it should come around 41 to 53 weeks from launch. That's almost an entire year. And this card is also really good for the Make a New Track scenario. And that's it. That should cover pretty much what you would expect for the next upcoming year. If there's any corrections, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe for more Umamusume content, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.